Hello, welcome to In Isolation. We are back. It's the first time we've been in our new kind of guise as In Isolation. We were formerly Isolation Gigs. So if you're joining us and you're used to Isolation Gigs, basically we're still the same, but we've kind of rebranded it and we're going for a little bit of a different approach, which will enable us to branch out into different areas, not just based around lockdown and isolation gigging. As fun as that was, we decided to kind of go in a little bit of a different direction. So you'll see a few more different things, including our nice little intro that we have, and our rebranded kind of logo, which is now In Isolation. And every week we're going to be in isolation with someone from the creative industries and other sectors as well. And we're going to just be like delving a little bit deeper and finding out a little bit about that particular person, what they do, their role in the industry, and we're just going to have a bit of a chat really and make it a nice social kind of thing. So welcome along to In Isolation. This is the first In Isolation with, and as ever, Chloe is the co-host. Hello, Chloe.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome.
How are you?
I'm fine. Yeah, fine. Very muggy today, but it's good that it's warm.
Do you know what's quite concerning is that our hair's nearly the same length now.
Yeah, I got mine cut the other day as well.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Does it even notice?
No, it does notice actually. Now I think about it, but yeah, I haven't had mine cut for about 6 to 7 months now. So you've done well to catch me up.
I had to get my beard trimmed because it was getting a little bit unkempt, so I thought I better I might as well get a haircut at the same time. So I went in and did you get your temperature checked. You have to wear a mask, obviously not when they're cutting your beard because that would have been a bit messy.
But how does that work then? How are you actually protected when they're doing your beard?
So you have to wear a mask when you go in and while they're cutting your hair, but when they do the beard, obviously they're in visors and things.
Oh, fair enough, yeah.
And stuff. So, you just have to kind of like take that chance for like 5 minutes. But I figured, well, if you've been in there like half an hour, what's 5 minutes? And so that's awesome. my week basically.
Week is revolved around a haircut.
Well, yeah. I did have a little trip to the seaside as well.
Oh, nice. We haven't caught up about this, but we won't do it.
No. I thought, well, let's make use of the weather while it's still here. So.
Absolutely.
Wandered around there for a little while, and now we're back with our new podcast, which is really exciting because we did about 15 weeks of isolation gigs, I think.
Yeah, we did.
Which took up pretty much the whole of the lockdown period and a little bit after, and we had great fun. And as we said last week, we had brilliant fun doing it. But now we're in isolation, and I think I should hand over to you to explain a little bit more and who we are in isolation with this week.
Absolutely. Yeah, I am equally excited to be launching this today. I think, we enjoyed sort of tapping into it and trying it all out and finding our way with it, didn't we, in like lockdown period. But this is, as we said last week, this is something we've wanted to invest time into for a long time. Just getting people on that we feel have something interesting to say, and also just talk to people and get to know different characters within the industry. And as you said, sort of outside of it as well, anyone that's sort of linked and interested in music and the arts, and having a chat about life and all that comes with it. I'm very excited to be here doing In Isolation with today. And without further ado, I think it's time to bring in our first guest of the new podcast. I am so happy to welcome in very good friend of mine and the creative director and leader of the vintage girl band that I've been part of for 7 years. So I'm really excited to welcome in Hilary Rhodda, also known as Elle from Elle and the Pocket Bells.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Thanks for that intro. That was lovely.
You're welcome. Oh, there's so much I could say, but I thought I'd just end up tripping over my words, and let's get you on and you can talk instead.
Wow. Pressure's on. First one.
You look wonderful, Hills. I love your hair. Can we see a close-up of the...
Well, I thought I had to at least do one token roll. So we just got a little front roll there.
Love it.
Because I now have a fringe
I know, I was thinking that.
So, yeah.
You've done very well. I mean, I've never even tried to do our hair with a fringe, so I don't even know how you do that. But your hair,
it's one of the big factors of being a pocket belle.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, though,
the hair is very important.
You can do fringe and like victory rolls and stuff. A lot of people do that style, don't they?
I'm still getting used to my fringe, though. It takes a lot of, like, I'd have to blow dry it. This is much easier for me.
You're like, up, done. Yeah. Well, we are so happy to have you here with us today. Thank you for coming on and being our first guest.
It's exciting.
It's exciting. And I don't know, Elle, do you want to kick off or should I?
Yeah. Well, I guess. Yeah, why not? I'll kick off and then I'll hand back to you.
You two haven't actually seen each other properly for a long time.
No, so I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I haven't been to a gig for a long time, have I? And I can't remember when the last time we met. It might actually have been at your party or something, Chloe. I think it was maybe like a house party or something.
What, my 21st?
Your 21st, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that was a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
The one we keep repeating.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, it's funny. No one ever gets any older, do they? We just keep going. But
keep going.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's been too long though. It's been too long since we've seen each other or gone to a gig or done any work.
Oh, absolutely. It's been so long since we've done any work, really. Yeah.
You know what?
We've been working, we just haven't been being paid for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're doing so much, we're not getting paid. I was just going to say, I was in the shower earlier. I mean, we don't need to go there, but literally singing along some songs, and I could feel the frustration of not having been on a stage singing properly for so long. It just came out in the shower, and I was like, okay, I need to sort this out. Like at some point, we need to do a gig at some point soon, because the frustrating singer.
To a real person, face to face.
Yes.
Yeah. It's going to be a nice feeling, isn't it? I think when that finally comes about.
Yeah, I think I'm quite nervous.
Yeah, I feel the same.
It's been quite a hiatus. We've had quite a break.
Yeah. I think when we've got a gig booked in a couple of weeks, but I don't know if it'll happen. But I was thinking when I turn up, I'll be like, I've forgotten how to do everything. You know, what do I do? What's the gig etiquette and how to set everything up? Because it's been so long.
Well, when real people are actually staring back at you.
Yeah. But no, thank you for coming on, Hilary. And the hair does look fantastic. It must take ages to do those rolls. I always kind of think
I could do them in your hair.
Yeah, actually, I could actually have the pocket bell look now, couldn't I? I think I've got the
oh my god, and then you literally could be Elle and the pocket bells.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, hold on a minute. I want to be replaced.
I
don't think there's any competition if we tried to put Elliot in victory rolls.
I think it would be a pretty bad look for the band, to be honest. Yeah, so I would leave it. I would leave it as it is.
Oh god, that's too funny.
But talking of the band, so obviously I've been to see you guys perform a lot of times, and obviously not for a little while, but it's always really good fun, and I've always got great memories of coming to see your band, because it's always really good laugh, and everyone's
that's so nice to hear.
Yeah, and everyone's so welcoming, and I just always see those kind of nights as being like a really fun thing, and like obviously over the last 5 or 6 years or so, I think since I've known you, there's been a lot of achievements that you've had, and I guess you'd be very proud of what you've done already. So just to list a few, so there's a few performances at Glastonbury, Latitude Festival, Goodwood. I know you do all the time as well, and I've seen you on the front page of, I think was it the Telegraph or the Times? Was it? Yeah. And just wanted to say, how proud are you of what you've done so far? You must be really proud.
Right. Well, when Chloe said, come and do this podcast, we want to talk to you about, what's happened in lockdown. And I sat down and thought, what am I gonna say? Because on the offhand, you think not a lot has happened in lockdown, but really, I think the main thing for me has been a time of reflection. And yeah, at what you just said, I have been reflecting over everything we've done, and I am amazingly proud. Sometimes I actually can't believe it. There's something in me anyway that fights that. And so this time I've really taken to sit down and acknowledge the achievements and try to remember all the good things. Because I'm quite a perfectionist, as Chloe knows. A perfectionist, like always striving like for the next goal, and never really sitting down and just enjoying what we have achieved. And so I feel I've really spent time doing that. And obviously with Glastonbury, we did loads of reposts. So I was looking back over photos and the memories for that. We've done wonderful memories of Lydia, and that has also, we've been looking back on gigs, you know, things that I'd forgotten or moments I'd forgotten, and it's been amazing. I've really enjoyed using that time, to reflect and look back. 10 years.
It's amazing.
Years of my life.
A full decade.
A decade. I mean, how has that happened? How have I done this for nearly 10 years? I did not think this would be what I was doing at all.
And
so
actually,
life has taken me down a path that wasn't the plan, but equally has been wonderful. Yeah. And
what were you doing before Elle and the Pocket Bells? Because obviously I've only ever known you
as Elle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The other Elle. Yeah.
So I studied music theatre, you know, like Chloe. Very similar interests, always singing and acting as a child, and really followed that through. I went to Central School of Speech and Drama and did music theatre. And then for a couple of years, I think I graduated. This is going to show my age now. I graduated in 2008. So long ago. And, you know, for about 2 years, I was doing productions, auditioning, like just trying to get your practice up. And then just wanted to create a little side hustle. Thought it was not going to be a big deal. Just wanted to create a function band with Philippa, who is our fabulous MD, but she's also my Philippa in LA. I met her in high school in Cambridge, so way back.
Mention where, because I don't know if Elliot knows this.
Hills Road Sixth Form College.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's
I
where
went
they
to
met.
uni in college, so in Cambridge. Yeah, I know it well.
Yeah, so that's where we met, and we spent all of our lunch breaks and after school and before school just messing around in music practice rooms. We did all our, music performances together on the courses. And so we decided we would create this function band because we were finally both in London after going to different universities. We were both in London struggling for a bit of cash. So we thought, hey, I hear about these people, singing at a birthday party or at a wedding. It can't be difficult. Let's just do it. So naive, thinking, we'll just go out tomorrow. We'll just start tomorrow.
Brilliant.
And then we came up with the idea quite bizarrely. I look back now and I think probably could have come up with something much simpler.
but why do you say that? Like, what feels complicated about it, or do you know what I mean? Where did the seed come from to be Elle and the Pocket Bells?
Well, I could have just come up with a solo band, couldn't I?
Yeah.
Could have just been just me and a band. That would have been much easier.
Very cool.
But no, the idea came from So 2 of the original Pocket Bells, Michaela and Laura, who are some of my best friends, were at Central with me studying music theatre, and they're tiny, they're pocket size, like you, Chloe, as you know, and we were all altos, and we would stand together in choral performances, and I used to just laugh. I'd be like, either I look ridiculous, like I'm so tall, why are we standing next to each other in a line? This is just like stupid. And I think it made me feel uncomfortable and like I stuck out in a bad way. That's my own insecurities. That's a whole other conversation.
A whole other podcast.
But yeah, anyway, I played upon the height difference, and I knew that the girls wanted to be involved. So yeah, we got the idea from that. And then for some reason, I didn't stop there. Again, looking back, why didn't I just make it a trio? There we go. I had me and 2 other girls. But I thought, no, that's not good enough.
You wanted more work.
I want more girls.
Get him in. Oh my God.
So yeah, I just found like musical theatre stragglers like your sister Chloe.
Just hanging around doing the odd thing.
I'm a musical theatre straggler. Oh my gosh. That's brilliant.
No, I found incredibly talented people. It was unbelievable. The interest we had, but also the people that we have found and the people who have worked with us in the past is, I think Chloe will agree, it's an incredible collective of women who are, I love that I now know all these people, and meeting some has led to meeting others, and it's kind of like grown organically. It's been great.
Yeah, it is actually, like, I've been involved 7 years now, I think, haven't I? And even in that time, it's changed so much. So I wasn't there for the beginning stages, which I would have loved to have been there just to understand like the evolution. Like hearing you and Michaela and Laura talk about it and Philippa is always just, it's like, oh God, that's a whole other time. But yeah, the people, I mean, yeah, the women we have involved is absolutely insane. Just the different characters, the different things people have gone on to do. They may have done 1 or 2 gigs with us, but they still feel like they've had a place in the Pocket Bells, or they've had a place in our heart. And then also the different sort of men we've met, the different musical men we've been involved with, and the different walks of life they've come from, and different things like that. It's just it's such, like, the Pocket Bell umbrella is so massive now. And it's for me, I'm just so inspired by you. I just think I don't think you, and I think you spending time reflecting is starting to help you understand how much you've done and how far you've come. But I don't think you still understand quite how incredible you are at holding all this together for 10 years basically, like, and it's still having somewhere to go, and it's still having life, and it's still having people, behind us and wanting us to keep moving forward and keep growing. And that's all testament to you. Like you made that.
Chloe.
But it's true. It is true.
I can't cry anymore. It's been an emotional period. I cannot cry.
I know. But I think because it's an emotional period, it brings out all that stuff, doesn't it? You become very grateful for it, and you do sit back and look and think, wow, we have amazing people in our lives around us, and we're so lucky to be involved with each other and not just be friends, but be making music. And this podcast isn't just going to become about our friendship, so I'll stop there. But it's so that is actually
a really important element that I thought that I wanted to talk to you guys about. So I was trying to think what makes Elle and the Pocket Bells special. And yes, we have, in my opinion, we have incredible music. Philippa has written unbelievable original songs and incredible arrangements for us, and so has Kat.
Oh yeah.
We have incredible music in 5-part harmony, which is not easy. Everyone's on a different line. There's a lot going on. But apart from that, I think we've got amazing music. A lot of time and effort has gone into the branding and the way we look. I'll come back to that. But I think the main thing that makes us unique, and the reason why it's carried on for so long, is because of the friendship. Being with the girls and performing with the girls, we have this energy on stage that you can't write, you can't fake it, you can't just create it. We haven't even created it. It has slowly evolved over the years. And yeah, I think energy is the only word energy and fun, those are the words I can describe it. And it's that people enjoy watching. So I look back and I'm like, over the years, I worried about, oh my gosh, well, we need to be doing this choreography. We need to be doing this on stage, saying this. No, people just enjoy watching our energy and how we interact with each other. And when we make mistakes on stage and when we laugh and when we're really like quite raw and honest.
Yeah.
So,
And it comes across.
And I'm like, actually, that's the magic.
It definitely comes across, and that's from an audience member. That's what you get. Definitely.
Yeah. I just feel like we're on stage laughing, like I'm singing and I'm having the best time, but I'm just laughing inside. I'm like looking, I'm like bombing. I'm looking over to Chloe, and I know it's like an unspoken communication, like, oh, this bit's coming up. And if you remember last time, we did it wrong, and now we're going to try and do it right.
And it's so funny because you literally don't have to even make eye contact to know.
Yeah, you don't even have to speak.
That comes from time together, obviously. But I think without delving too much into it, but I know going back 7 years when I joined the Pocket Bells, Elle and the Pocket Bells, but I always brand it the Pocket Bells quickly. It's like I stepped into somewhere that I belonged, and it just didn't take long to feel super comfortable. Like I'd known you girls forever. Remember me, you and Helen went off to Monte Carlo within weeks of me joining the Pocket Bells, and I remember just being like, oh, but it felt so natural, it felt so right. And I think
it's all quite intense. I feel like we're all quite intense, and things happen in intense short periods, so you have to just roll with it.
Yeah, 100%. And we also with that intensity comes, as you say, a lot of movement forward sometimes, and also can come with some moments where it's like, okay, we just need to breathe and just find our way through this next phase. And but we all share a different level of intensity, but the same sort of energy. It's like we're all very different characters, but it comes together as this collective that just makes sense. And as you say, Elliot, watching as an audience member, that's what people feed off. That's what people come back to watch us for. Like the music sounds great, the harmonies sound great, the branding's awesome, like everything like that. But like you say, it really is just the energy that I think hits people, and they want to be part of it. And that's it's amazing, and I love it.
We're also getting some love on Facebook.
I'm glad. Because also the worry is we've had lockdown, and like I said, we've had this hiatus, and the worry is it going to dwindle? Is it going to go away? Are we not going to want to do it anymore? But I think it's still going to be there. I think the desire is still going to be there. People are going to want to see us. We want to do it. So let's carry on.
And like you say, it's the magic is born from friendship, and whether we have had quiet periods or crazy periods or whatever, the friendship has not gone anywhere. The friendships don't move. We're like a family, and that is what will keep us going. And so I think I personally feel like it's a sort of can go on forever type thing. We can just keep on adapting with what happens and adapting with the times and stuff. But anyway.
Well, we have to at least get to the 13th of May.
Next year.
Oh, yeah.
Celebration.
Massive celebration.
Big bash, yeah.
100%.
Hopefully.
Elliot, did you say we were getting some comments from people?
Yeah, so I've just had a look. on Facebook, and Rachel Grundy says, "Hey guys," and I know Rachel is also part of the Pocket Bells as well.
She is. Hello, gorgeous lady.
Hey, thanks for being here.
Even with our rebrand, we still haven't managed to bring up people's names on here for some reason. I just still don't know why. So, but we know it's Rachel because I checked.
Well done.
And she is a Facebook user, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Do you, Elliot, would you like to ask a question, or are you happy for me to crack on with one?
Go for it. Yeah.
Lovely.
Oh, very serious. I sense a tone change.
No, I'm just looking at my notes and thinking, what do I want to ask? Like, where if we, how we just chat, and so we end up asking and answering things anyway. But I just feel like, what would I like to ask? Yeah, we talked about the beginning of the Pocket Bells, and you even pre Elle and the Pocket Bells, you and what you were doing, and how it's changed and how it's evolved. I mean, we can delve deeper into that, but how do you feel like you've changed as a person from the beginning to now? So over pretty much the last decade.
Whoa,
big question.
That's a big question. Wow, wasn't prepared for that.
Okay. Too soon.
I mean, I have definitely changed a lot. There would be confidence has grown in my own abilities, in other people as well, confidence in other people, and trust, and learning to take it a bit easier as well. I've learned that I can't take on everything and I can't do everything despite wanting to. If I look back to who I was in 2010, an absolute firecracker, like just not stopping, and wanting to say yes to everything without thinking through the consequences or all of the details, just rushing in, jumping at every opportunity, thinking that it was going to be amazing or solve some problem when they don't. Most of the time you have to make that for yourself.
Absolutely.
What else? How personal should we go?
However personal you want to go. We're all ears.
Well, as in, so that's sort of like through Elle and the Pocket Bells, but personally, I've changed so much over the 10 years. I've got married. I've now had a baby. I don't live in central London anymore. Mm-hmm. It's been huge life changes that have been overwhelming. All three really are big life overwhelming moments. And the highs and lows of all of that, trying to be a mum while also having this desire to do everything. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to fully suppress that in me, that high achieving, like wanting to do everything, but learning to sort of say no. Mm-hmm. And I actually think, Chloe, you've been quite a good advocate for this, and knowing your true self and knowing how much your body, your mind, physically and mentally can take, and needing to have a break and say no.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I feel Elliot and I have talked about this a lot. I think we've both experienced exactly what you're talking about. And often usually it comes from having big dips and having to accept that, okay, my body's saying no, so now I have to learn how to say no to certain things. But it's not kind of accepting that it's not no, that's it. It's no to that, but let's refocus, let's readjust the goal or the way to get there. And just for me, and I think you're certainly learning this too, it's just being kinder to yourself and going, you know what? Yeah, that is who I am. I have these massive things I want to achieve. And they're not going to go anywhere because the desire's out there now, like it's there. But I also have to make sure that I take care of myself day to day. And now you have, Henry to look after as well. So it's not just you. And obviously your marriage with Owen and everything. So you've got these responsibilities and these commitments. But that, it's having to go, okay, but I still have to figure out how to look after myself and make sure I can then have the energy and the, you know, to build the momentum to go after the things that you know you want, and also be okay with it taking a bit longer. I think sometimes as well, you know, I think in our industry we are taught go, take the opportunity, yes, and that's an amazing thing.
Because we're also taught we never know when it's going to end, that somebody might, like, it might just be taken away from us. But why are we taught that? You know, or maybe we're not taught that, but why did I feel that? You know, this immense pressure that, oh, one day it might just all end and no one's going to book us or no one's going to want us anymore. And there doesn't need to be that pressure.
Yeah,
I don't know. These are very new thoughts I'm having. And I actually said to Owen this morning, I'm a little bit thankful. I'm trying to put a silver lining on lockdown, and I'm thankful for the time to, just have this time to have a break. Like, I physically cannot do the gigs. You know, I want to. I'm like desperate to do them, but they've all been cancelled. It's out of my hands. So, okay, world, you've taken it out of my hands, forcing me to rest, forcing me just to be calm, have some time with my family, and like we've just bought our first home, like, and we're doing like DIY work, and like there's a lot going on. I wouldn't have been able to juggle all of this, so it's probably it's been a silver lining for me.
Absolutely, I think we all feel that. Elliot?
I think I've been looking back at kind of, you know, the career that I've had so far as well, and I'm very similar, kind of like wanted to be a high achiever in what I did, and kind of was taking every opportunity, sometimes not always the right opportunities, but you don't know it at the time, you kind of just take them. But I kind of feel like you almost reach a point where you've kind of had to do that in a way to kind of push yourself forward. So it could be like a positive and a negative thing, where you've had to have that kind of period of 10 years or whatever it is of just going for it. So but then you've kind of earned the right now to kind of sit back a little bit and go, actually, what opportunities are the right ones for me or us or the band? And I feel like we probably all have that, because obviously the energy level
also comes with age. You know, saying looking back on myself in 2010, I was so much younger then. So much younger.
Yeah. And you can take everything on.
Just very eager.
So I think it's a very positive thing, a reflective period actually overall.
Yeah. But on that note though, of looking back on opportunities, there is a bit of me that wishes I could go back and talk to myself and say, just think twice about what these people are telling you, and don't believe everything that they're saying. You know, we got asked to do so much and always promised the world, you know, do this for us unpaid. Sorry, I should say, I haven't cleared my train of thought. I'm looking back over the years, and we had to do so much to get us to where we are now. And a lot of it was unpaid opportunity, performances, appearances, whatever, collaborations. And I do look back now and I think these people were just taking us for a ride, and we did get used. And I feel responsibility for some of those, obviously, because I made some of those decisions. And I do wish I could go back and say, whoa, just put the brakes on, Hilary, and really think about whether what these people are saying is true, but then maybe you could never know. Even if I then warned myself, you could never know what they're saying is true or not.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say to that, there's also a side of that though, that potentially we wouldn't be where we are today with the band if that momentum hadn't built from all those opportunities. And they weren't necessarily, a lot of them maybe weren't opportunities that led to what we hoped for or was promised. But what I know for sure is that when you are in momentum and you're building something, the more you do, the sort of quicker it will accelerate to where you'd like to be. And that will come with things that knock you a bit or aren't quite right or whatever, but you can't know what you didn't know, so you did your best. You would never have actively made a decision that you felt would be detrimental to the band or to you or to us. It's like, so everything is all a learning curve. And I think, but also another side of that is we're older, like you say, and the industry is changing, especially with this period. So everything that we maybe were taught or told to do or believe in back 10 years ago
is
maybe
now
quite different now. And people that are coming through at the age we were at the beginning will probably think differently about things to the way we did, because it's all changed. 10 years is a long time, isn't it? So it's, I mean, I know, Elliot, you have so much to say on about the way the music industry's changed and live music scene and everything. Like you have a lot of insight into that, don't you? But and I completely echo the fact that there are people that you do things for who do kind of take you for a bit of a ride. But yeah, like you say, it's impossible to sometimes know that. And one thing I think me and Chloe, we were talking about the other day, was maybe it would be a good thing to have like some more kind of people mentoring like young musicians, young performers when they come out of college or school, so that they can. And that's what I try and do when I do my coaching, is actually go, beware of some of these pitfalls that I fell into, because you don't want to fall into them sometimes to younger people. And I hope that doing things like this as well, we hopefully are opening up people's eyes a little bit to some of the things they have to look out for as well. Yeah.
I mean, if I started another band today, wow, it would be a whole new journey. I think it would be an easier journey, obviously, knowing what you have to do now to get to a certain stage or the things to have in place. But yeah, like you say, if someone was there to have mentored me and said, actually, you should go down this route, or you should take these avenues, or you should contact these people. But I was absolutely clueless, like I said, because this wasn't the plan. This wasn't the plan at all. We started gigging and it was just a bit of fun. We would just meet up, sing some harmony, and then go, oh, okay, yeah, let's go and perform at that cabaret for a bit of fun. I didn't think it was going to then become a business, and just had to learn along the way. But if somebody had guided me from the beginning, probably would have got here in much less time.
But then the journey wouldn't have been so colourful.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I would, like your question, how have you changed? I wouldn't be who I am now without having gone through my struggles with Elle and the Pocket Bells and personally, and
absolutely. We've got a few more comments from Facebook. Rachel Grundy again, love my Pocket Bell. This one's from Katie Lewis.
Oh,
you bells are the greatest.
Oh, hi Katie, thanks for watching.
And Jamie Pring, who I know very well, interesting perspectives. Thanks, guys. And Jamie actually runs a festival that I play at sometimes. So thanks, Jamie.
Thanks, Jamie.
Yeah,
we love festivals.
Absolutely.
We love festivals.
And we miss them.
We love festivals.
I know. I really am feeling that void in my summer. Just not going to a festival, not performing at one. It's really sad.
Just not being, in the sunshine, whether it's Goodwood with all our, fabulous Layla Lee hats, or whether it's proper wellies and festival flowers and everything. Like, just not doing that. It just, certainly feels very strange. I mean, we had a few summers, didn't we, where we were full on festival season, like back 2014, 15.
We did a couple back to back.
Yeah.
I remember traveling with Lydia Kay and Helen Kelly, and I think we did 3 festivals back to back. We literally did like a day at different ones. It was crazy.
Yeah, unreal. Those were the days.
Amazing memories. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Some very funny festival memories of putting up tents. I mean, talk about getting a group of girls together who like their hair and makeup and fancy things, and then chuck them in a muddy field.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, whenever people talk about Glastonbury, for example, as a festival where, you know, you feel gross by the end of it, I think back and I'm like, we did 4 different performances. 3 different performances over 4 days, and had to look immaculate to do them while camping in tents. And you just think, how did we do that? Because we're still camping.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how we did it.
No, but we just, that's the thing, isn't it? We just do. We just get on and do it, and then you get to the end of it and you're like, that was exhausting. But then looking back now, it's just these amazing memories that feel so warm and wonderful. So yeah. Oh,
we've got a comment from Michaela, I think.
Oh, Michaela, hi.
We love you too.
We're busy on the comments today. This is great.
That's really good. I've also just seen another one. Have you clocked it?
We've got a question actually. Yeah. Shall I bring that up?
Yeah, go for it.
Why not? I like the way this is running. It's quite fluid and we're just kind of going with stuff, so that's good. So I can't see this is from, but
I think it's from Rachel Grundy.
Rachel Grundy. In an ideal world, what would be next for the Pocket Bells? You may have already answered this, but I don't think we have. So
I don't think I have. Well, I mean, obviously world domination.
Of course.
Like just just a small world domination.
And if we were to break that down into small steps, what would that entail?
No, in all seriousness, it's been a long time coming, and we really need to make it happen, is release music properly. Mm-hmm. There's a lot surrounding it. There's a lot of insecurities, worries, but now I just feel like life is too short, and I've just got to bite the bullet and somehow make it happen.
You're not alone. You've got us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, sorry. When I say, I didn't mean to put that into my own context. I know that it's definitely everybody feels that, and we are going to make that happen. And we're hoping that, there's going to be some new management and some more outside help and guidance. Yeah.
Amazing.
That's really exciting. And how I've always wondered about this kind of thing, like, because I feel like management is quite important once you reach a certain stage. I think it just seems to be a stage which you kind of get to where you do need that kind of extra kind of push, don't you? And
definitely
doors to be opened.
Yeah, again, echoing what I said, if we'd have had somebody guiding us sooner, or just an external influence, I think it would have been really beneficial. But for whatever reason, it wasn't the right time. It didn't work out. So yeah, I'm really hoping that now is the right time and we can push forward with, and just some new things. I want some new music, which I'm sure Chloe and all the other girls are desperate for as well. Create some new stuff and perform.
Well, it is gonna be a new phase in our lives. I mean, we've got personal things that have obviously happened, but which we can mention, but like it's a new phase for everybody post lockdown, isn't it? So it's kind of a natural progression, and the way that the way we've all grown up, and the way, now a few of the band have children, and like lots has changed. Like there's those natural changes are then leading us on to sort of natural progressions, and trying different things. And I certainly feel, I think we're all at a place of understanding more than ever how short life is, and how you have to grab moments and opportunities, but also just letting go of that, the weight we put on ourselves, and the kind of insecurities we have that hold us back. Because it's like, what are we doing? We're only holding ourselves back, aren't we? And we all do it in our own way. And I think, collectively we can help each other sort of step up a bit and go, you know what, we're here, and we're here to live, and we're here to live properly, and do the things that our heart and our soul are calling us to do, and find a way, without also that extra kind of, oh my God, I have to do it now. It's like that. We're going to get there. And it's, you know, we're just,
And it's reminding me to dive in and do it because we enjoy it. So all the worries and the stresses and insecurities, like you said, they're just getting in our way. And me personally, they're getting in my way. And if I just let them go and say, what do I want to do because I'm enjoying it?
Yeah.
So I take the pressure off earning the money or doing it for a reason, I don't know, but just do it because
validation. Those things.
Yeah, I think that's really important. It makes you happy to do it, and it also will make other people happy as well. So I can't wait to hear it anyway.
Pressure's on now. I've said it.
Yeah, once you put it out there, it's like, okay, now it's an unsaid commitment, right?
No, but just if this is like go with the flow, just saying the word pressure. If I'm being completely honest, one thing that I have struggled with running Elle and the Pocket Bells has been not only the pressure I put on myself, but also feeling like I hold other people's dreams, that I have the pressure to make other people's dreams come true, and like other people are depending on me. And I think it's taken me a long while to become okay with that and find ways to not let that become everything. Yeah.
Well, if obviously I can offer insight for you, one of the Pocket Bells, but I think I can completely understand why you feel like that. Not that we've all said you need to do this so that we can have this. No, obviously, but like naturally, just having responsibility for people in any way is huge. And to be honest, I've considered lots of different things in my life, but the thought of saying, okay, I'm going to do this, but then I have to think about managing those people and making sure that, you know, I can be accountable to what they need and all those things. It's huge. But I think obviously we've known each other so long, and you learn more about yourself. We're all learning more about ourselves. At the end of the day, everybody is responsible for their own dreams. So it's never really, it's not your responsibility to do that. What comes with being in a band is actually, if we're all responsible for our own dreams, we come together collectively and try and make that collective dream happen. But also, if we have other things that we're dreaming of, we go and do them, and therefore it's not all on you, you know, like it must be so hard to navigate, but it's important to know that you're responsible for you as we are for us, and then everything that happens with that will happen organically. And if we're all in line with the joy and keeping that happening, then only good things are going to keep coming, for sure.
Exactly.
Do you want to crack on with another question, Chloe?
Yeah, do you have one? Or
I do, but I'll probably leave it till a little bit later. So if you want to crack on with it.
Let me look at my list. I'm sort of jumping around because obviously we're just sort of chatting. And
I will say as well, if anyone wants to comment and ask a question, please put it in the comments. And obviously, please subscribe to us as we're trying to build our new channel. So, click like or subscribe. A like is as good as a subscribe sometimes. So, chuck it in there.
Well done. You're very good at promo. Well done, Elle.
I would like to... I've got two very different questions. Let's go there.
Let's go there.
No, it might not be a huge answer, but we've sort of tapped into it and discussed it a little bit. But how are you finding life as a mum alongside being Elle of Elle and the Pocket Bells? Like I know we've talked a lot, but on a general kind of scale, that's just such a massive shift in your life, and it's amazing that we're here talking about the future of the Pocket Bells, with knowing that you also have, you know, little Henry. And so, how are you finding that?
So it's obviously very different because we've gone into lockdown. So at the start of this year was going to be like a comeback, basically.
Yeah.
I had Henry November 2018, and then obviously I had maternity leave. and the girls did wonderful gigs without me and carried on flying the flag. And yeah, I took some time out, but I was very eager to get back, probably too eager. I think I should have allowed myself more time. But yeah, so then all the gigs got booked in for 2020. It was going to be a big year, especially because it was 2020, like back to the 20s. Vintage was very in. There was going to be lots of swing events and jazz and Gatsby. So I was headed really for a very busy year where I would have been juggling weekends away. So planning with Owen, childcare issues. It was going to be full on. I actually think now, how was I going to do it? But then lockdown happened and sort of changed that for me. So really, I think when we come out the other side, how it's going to be is I just have to take it month by month. It is now a partnership with Owen, and Henry is the priority. So I want to be able to work. That is definitely still a fuel in me. But equally, I can't take every job. I can't just drop everything at the hat. What's the saying?
Drop of a hat.
Drop of the hat. I can't just disappear. I have to have things in place. So I guess spontaneous gigs are going to be more difficult. We used to get lots of very last minute inquiries. They're like, are you available tonight? Or are you available tomorrow for an event? And possibly things like that. I'm not going to be able to do. I can still put it out there to the wonderful collective of women and see if they can do the gig. Yeah, I don't know how else. I honestly, I really don't know. It's all new. I'm just learning as I go how to deal with things.
Yeah.
And yeah, take each inquiry as it comes. I don't know.
No, I think we were talking about this the other day briefly when we got together, but I think what you are doing, and it's important you manage it as you need to, but you are flying a flag for women that have kids that are working in this field. It's not an easy flag to fly, and it's not an easy path to take. And I know that obviously we're saying we're in lockdown, we haven't had gigs this year, but you've had Henry like nearly 2 years now. So yeah. You've been gigging in that time, and you've been still running the business. So you're not, again, to put pressure on you, but it's amazing that you are doing that, and you're showing me personally, like I haven't got the prospect of all the kids stuff yet, but I want it at some point. And I think it's important to be able to see that you're making that work, and that you're trying to find your balance between all the different identities that you are. And I just think you're doing much better than you probably think you are. But obviously,
very nice to hear. But I'm not doing it alone. You don't see behind the scenes. Owen has to get called upon a lot. He's working so hard, and then I'll go to him and say, "Oh, can I go to a festival? Can I go and perform at a festival?" And you have to be at home all weekend looking after a child on your own. It is a partnership. So I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky, and have wonderful grandparents that want to come and look after him whenever they can. Yeah.
And then one day he'll come to Goodwood Revival with us.
There's literally stuff. And I thought it was going to happen this year.
I know.
He can now walk, and he's running. He's way past walking. He's running around, and that was my dream, for him to come to Goodwood in a little vintage outfit.
He'll be like, "Mum, why did you do that to me? Why did you do that to me?" When he's older.
I know, and it's going to be so well documented as well.
Of course. Yeah, amazing. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it's, as you say, it's a journey that you're kind of just at the beginning of. So watch this space, see how it all goes.
Do you remember a gig we did where we met a photographer who had just had a baby? It was you, me, and Michaela.
Where
Do you
were
remember?
we? Yeah, very well, but I'm trying to picture where we were.
We were somewhere on Sloane Street. We were in like
Oh gosh,
Sloane Square.
I so wanted to come back. I completely remember, yeah.
And
But I can't
that
picture
never
what-
left me. Speaking to this photographer who was there to photograph the event, she photographed us. And we just got chatting, as you know we do with social people. We just
All the
start
time.
chatting. And she said, "Oh yeah, you know, I've got to get home now because my husband's looking after the baby." And we said, "How old's the baby?" And I think she said like 8 weeks. Like,
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Really small. And I was like, "Wow, okay, you're back working in the creative industry. You're an inspiration. I want to be like you. I want to be able to do both."
Do that. I remember now. We had there were a lot of flowers. It was like a women's a day. There was a celebration in this restaurant.
Apparently, it was the Barclay.
Oh,
Someone said.
Barclay.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
No?
But that's very nice.
No, it was it was a small restaurant.
Is it a branch of the Ivy? What's the one that has?
Oh yes.
And it's like the brasserie version of the Ivy.
Yeah, that was it. It was a daytime event. We were wearing flowery dresses.
Michaela, come to our aid.
It was
the Ivy.
It was the Ivy.
It was the Ivy. Katie Lewis is saying, was it
from
Sophia?
around that
She was a
area?
powerhouse.
She knows.
Katie Lewis said, was it Sophia? She was a powerhouse.
I don't remember her name.
Me
But
neither,
no,
but
sorry, Katie, it wasn't at the Berkeley because that was her event. That was Katie's event that we worked at.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was your
lots of
inspiration.
inspiring women.
Absolutely. My gosh.
But also on the other side of the disc, it's okay not to be able to do it all. You know, that's what I'm learning as well. Like I entered motherhood and I was like, I still want to do it all. I want to be everything and I still want to work, but it's actually okay to not do everything and to just focus on being a mum because it is not easy, you know. Didn't realize it's amazing. It is amazing. I'm so blessed and I love Henry so much, but it's difficult. It's difficult and nothing you read prepares you for it. Nothing anyone else can say truly prepares you for it because your journey is individual and different. Every child is completely different. So you just have to figure out your child and your journey. And
which is why you have to take it on. And
got that from.
Oh, I want to do it all.
Bit dramatic. He's just a little bit dramatic.
I mean, it wouldn't be right if he wasn't. Let's be honest.
I know. We're entering the tantrum stage, and it is. I mean, I want to laugh. I mean, most of the time I do laugh. Owen and I okay. You just forget. Obviously, we don't remember when we're that young. We just forget the animalistic, like throwing of toys and emotions.
Oh my god!
Loading out of him, and he doesn't know what to do with them, and he can't yet say a word. And I do feel sorry for him sometimes. I'm like, I get it. You're so frustrated.
Yeah, literally. So good that he's able to be at nursery now. Sometimes, you know, outside of lockdown and have some interaction, and it's just so important.
Thank you to childcare staff. I don't know how you do it. You are wonderful women who work at the nursery because full on, I can't even imagine 12 of them in a room.
They're made differently, I swear. That's incredible.
One, and they've got 12.
I
know, suddenly perspective, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
And how's moving out of London been? Because you said you were living in London for quite a long time, weren't you, before?
Basically over 10 years.
Moved
down for drama school and I was in London for all of that time until January this year. So lots of people have asked me this actually, how are you finding living outside of London? And I don't think I can yet answer because of these weird circumstances. We literally moved in and lockdown was announced. I think we had a month of normality, you know, being able to go out and about and do some activities with Henry, and then absolute lockdown, couldn't go anywhere, couldn't meet people in the local area. It's very bizarre. But then obviously I haven't missed London because there hasn't been a reason to go in, and no one's been doing anything. So my friends in London, they weren't seeing each other. We were all just living our separate lives. So I think really I won't know how I truly feel about not living in London until life gets back to reality, if that makes sense.
Yeah, completely. Yeah.
I need to experience going in on the train several times a week, doing a gig, hauling the suitcases
Oh, yeah.
from my house
Oh my God.
into central London. Yeah, then I might be like, oh, why did I move out of
So
London?
far, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Although, you know, it will only sort of, as you say, become clear when you actually have to do all those practical things, and it's the train times and making sure you get back, and you know, you might have to drive more. We'll have to see. But that whole, sadly, that whole situation just doesn't feel close right now, does it? It still feels at a distance, and it's hard to even start to picture it and consider it. So
someone was asking me, do I think Christmas gigs are going to happen?
What do you think?
Me? Sorry, did you ask me or Elle?
Yeah,
me?
No, you. Sorry.
I guess I'm preparing myself for the worst. I want to have like the worst case scenario where I think we're still as we are now. People aren't going out. People don't want music. They're not in venues yet. I'm preparing myself for that. I would love, obviously, I absolutely love Christmas season with Elle and the Pocket Bells.
Oh my gosh, it's the best.
It is. It makes me feel so happy. I think there was one year where maybe we overdid it, and there was literally a gig every day of December, and by Christmas, I did not want to hit ding dong any bell or jingle bell. No bell.
Any bell.
But yeah, normally it is the highlight. I love Christmas, so I will be really sad if we don't sing. Imagine if we don't sing Christmas Bell. One.
I know, that just doesn't feel right. I mean, even when I've had shows that I've done over Christmas, I've still done some Christmas gigs, like either end of it, and so every year I've got to sing those songs. But
I'm hopeful, maybe. Hopeful.
No, that's good. I want people's positivity. I want people telling me it's going to happen.
Yeah, because I can see. I know, because you often do kind of like shop appearances and things like that, don't you? And obviously the crowds and things are going to be a massive problem, aren't they? But I still think there might be little opportunities here and there. It's not. I don't think it'll be anywhere near what it normally is, but hopefully there might be some things to be able to do if they can be outside or in a socially distanced kind of place. But
well, see that, and then that's the problem. They might need to hire one singer who's going to stand on their own. Like you might do brilliantly, actually, Elle. A self-trained artist who can come, set up the equipment, perform. But if we have to be socially distant, then it needs to be quite a big performance space, and they don't want people gathering, watching.
I just remember last Christmas, that gig we did in the office, and we were on that tiny platform. I'm just thinking about social distancing.
Okay, so let's bring it back to reality. We are doing very well, but every now and again, we still do very bad gigs.
I mean, the people were lovely. It was a lovely event, actually, but the space we had and the sound and everything, it was just, there was no social distancing there. And I'm just thinking about Christmas gigs and thinking, some things like that won't be happening.
And the problem is with Christmas as well, everyone gets so excited, don't they, when they do get together. When I play places, everyone's just so much crazier than they normally are. So they definitely won't be socially distancing in some of the places.
Yeah, it's Christmas fever, isn't it? It's like
but yeah, we can wait and see. I don't know.
I agree with you though, Elle. I think Elliot. I think that there'll be pockets of things happening. I think anything big scale, because I think, you know, everyone wants the industry to start finding its feet in some way, shape or form, and that's obviously such a big slog right now and a big challenge for everyone. But I think there'll be something, because Christmas is a season when people do need uplifting, and music is the thing that does that. But again, obviously we can't say, we don't know, but I see there being potential for some stuff, so just not as much as normal.
Fingers crossed.
Absolutely.
Let's hope so.
So
obviously we're approaching we normally do about an hour and a quarter, because that's kind of our kind of cut off, isn't it? So
because really that's enough of us just chatting.
Well, you know, we could go on all day.
Really, I could talk.
Oh, don't we do? Thank you for everyone watching so far and sticking with us, and I hope you're enjoying the chat. And if there's anything you want to ask Hilary, then please just pop it on the comments, and we'll pop it up here. But yeah, what were you about to say, Elle?
So obviously, we're reaching the kind of time when we kind of reflect on things, and I normally end like on a question, and we probably will do that. Maybe not this time, I don't know. But I just did want to say that how impressed I was with the video and the song that you guys put together for Lydia. I think it came out this week, didn't it? I think
Tuesday.
It was Tuesday. On her birthday, and obviously Lydia was someone that I've met quite a few times, and really part of the thing about Elle and the Pocket Bells is coming to the gigs and that embodiment of fun, and I think she was kind of like the embodiment of that kind of ethos. And I just wanted to say I think that was an amazing thing to put together, and it was absolutely beautiful to watch, and well done basically, because obviously it must have been a very, very difficult thing to do.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it, Chloe? It really was. I mean, Philippa wrote such an incredible song, and she did it so close to hearing the awful news that Lydia had passed, that when she sent it to us, we couldn't believe it, could we? We were all bawling our eyes out, and just the fact that she had managed to target her emotions into this creative outlet, we were just so impressed with it. So we have actually had the song for a while, and I think I speak for everyone when I say it took a long time for us to be able to even attempt to sing it, because it just means so much. And and then when we discussed doing it as a memorial for her birthday, the ideas were floated of, you know, singing it and doing a video, and we just decided there's no way we could film ourselves singing it with our faces in the video, you know. I know how hard it was just to sing the recording, and I know all the girls felt that as well. So then we came up with this lovely idea to do a video montage, which Chloe edited together and just did it amazingly. And we've got that forever now to go back and watch. But what's even more amazing is those photos are just a snippet of what we have. Like, we have so many photos and memories of her, and I'm just so thankful for that. So thankful. And I'm so glad she was a Pocket Bell. She was an amazing Pocket Bell, and she always will be. I'm just so glad we met her, aren't you, Chloe? Like,
that, there aren't words. There just aren't. Like, I just felt utter gratitude that she was in my life, and that we had the time with her that we did, and got to, like, the magic that she brought to everything. It's, you know, we knew that, and we've always known that, but like, looking back at videos and pictures, you just, it's there in your face, and you're like, oh my gosh, this person was unbelievable. And
we were like doubly blessed because we worked with her. So not only were we friends with her, we got to see her, like, working side, her creativity, her talent, like her voice was amazing. So we had that, but then we also had the enjoyment of just spending time with her and like having fun and joking and traveling. Like I say to the girls all the time, my favorite part of Pocket Wells is us 5 girls in a car driving around the country talking rubbish.
Yeah, we've talked a few times about filming those, haven't we? Like we need someone here filming these conversations, because nobody sees that side of it. I mean, maybe they should.
Yeah,
but
and that's the bit that people don't see, which is often some of the best things, isn't it?
Yeah, but those are the bits that create the magic. Those hidden moments that we have that no one else sees. That's what creates the magic. Yeah,
Lid's just.
I mean, it will never be the same again. We have been we're massively at loss. And again, in my reflection, I'm thankful for this lockdown, because it's given us time to grieve, time to face up to this grief, because Chloe and I and all the girls, we've talked a lot about shying away from the grief as well. And really, if we'd have kept going and we're really busy and we're working and life just carries on, I think I would have avoided it.
Yeah.
I would still be avoiding it. Whereas we really had to come to a head with it in lockdown, when you're alone and doing the video. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Because as you say, you could easily bury it slightly. It's a lot easier to sometimes. And even, I think we even talked about it before getting to the point of even listening to Philippa's song again very recently and starting to try and sing it, and, you know, going through that process of putting the video together and everything. I knew I couldn't access how I just knew I hadn't accessed much of my emotion towards it, because it's just the big black hole that feels so hard. And I think we're only just starting to, and obviously it's like you say, it's a forever loss. We're never going to be the same again as a band, but we also feel, I think I'm speaking for everyone, and that you have to think about how would Lids want this to continue, and because of the life and the magic she brought to everything, that was her energy, and I feel like that's something we want to try and channel without her here, you know, in her kind of honor.
Yeah,
I want to honor her like she was a part of it, and to just stop doesn't feel like honoring her. Like she's still going to be singing with us. Like we all hear her, like in our ear when we sing a song. We're all going to imagine her on stage with us, and for me, that's the best way of carrying her with us. And also, it would just be too much to bear, really, to not see the girls and not carry on. Like, that would be another huge loss, and I don't think my heart could take it. No, I don't think any of it. I think we all need to just be together and continue being together, really.
Yeah, and this period has, as you say, allowed us that time and that space just to start to even digest what's happened, without the distractions and the pressure and the pushing forward, which is a blessing, really, given the circumstances. So yeah,
and I think it's exactly the right thing to do, and it's a beautiful song, and just the words as well, like you say, still here kind of thing, was brilliant. And there's a fund people can go to, isn't there? I think I saw in the end of the video.
Yeah, if you go to the justgiving.com page /crowdfunding /Lydia's fund, you'll see the page. There was an incredible fundraising page raised when Lydia was with us, and it was a huge sum of money, wasn't it, that was raised, and that is now in a fund called Lydia's Fund, and this is just a little additive that we wanted to make a gesture to add to it, and the family are going to put Lydia's Fund to, I know, incredible use. I won't say what they're going to do with it yet. They've told me a couple of options, but they're going to announce it, and there's going to be a big memorial performance, which hopefully we will sing at and be a part of. And yeah, I just think her legacy is going to carry on. Like, she was huge at giving to charity. She donated her time, her money, her energy. It's just incredible. So that's going to carry on. Like, her legacy of that will carry on.
Brilliant.
If you can donate to it, then
I've just put the link.
Oh, well done.
So it's why my face was down. I was listening, but I was just making sure we had that. Yeah, there.
That's it. Please go and donate.
And obviously, if you want to see and hear the song, it's on Elle and the Pocket Bells Facebook page and our YouTube channel as well, isn't it? So you want to just have a glimpse into the amazing person that Lydia was, then please go and check it out.
Yeah. Absolutely. So well done, guys. I know this is it's not easy to talk about, and what I want to do at the end is what I normally do, is kind of go round, unless Chloe, you've got any more questions that you want to ask that are pressing.
No, I actually think we've covered in our massively organic conversation. I think we've covered everything that I kind of wanted to know. So yeah,
I've really enjoyed how we've actually covered all my questions as well, just in the way that we've just been talking. So which has been really good. And so once again, Hilary, thank you so much for being the first guest that we've had on In Isolation with. And I've really loved, no probs, and I've really loved hearing about all the things that I didn't know about your background. And I didn't know you went to Hills Road in Cambridge as well and met Philippa there. So that's brilliant. So I'm just going to go around one by one with just, well, we normally have a subject, but we don't really have a subject today. So it's just like a positive thought for the future is our normal thing, isn't it, Chloe? So
yeah,
Hilary, if you've got one, if you can think of one, just a positive thought either for you or for anyone else.
Positive thought for the future. Take some time out to reflect and be kind to yourself, and know that there is magic and good things out there in the world, and to remain positive and to lean on your friends, and life is good. Not planned, was it?
Yeah.
Well, you've taken all ours now, so you know.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
Bye.
That's all you need. Yeah.
That was everything. That was brilliant. I love that. Are we doing one else?
Well, if you want to, go for it.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. It wraps it up. I think there's so many thoughts, but I think it's just super important to do whatever you can day to day to be within the present moment. Like, find a way to just allow yourself to be happy where you are now. Allow yourself to be grateful for all the good things that are there in your life. Because yeah, we can spend a long time, as we've discussed, striving forwards and always looking that way. But what I've definitely learned over this period is you can have all the plans in the world, but you know, they can be taken away from you at any moment. And then how are you going to react? And it's all about how you adjust to what's happening and manage yourself in every moment, really. So yeah, do what you can to allow yourself to just be without needing to be anything else.
Yeah, love it. And yeah, all I'm going to say is yeah, for me, I think goes back to what we were talking about earlier, is that whole creative kind of thing. Create something that you love first and foremost, and do something that you love doing first and foremost, because then other people will love it. There's no point creating anything for anyone else, really. There's no point creating something that you think you should do or you think is expected of you. The best thing is to just create stuff that you like, because people will like it, and it will spread out there. So
that is brilliant.
Yeah.
No, seriously, that is taking away that note of not doing something because you expect other people expect you to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's something that I've kind of learned over lockdown and kind of tried to I'm going to try and live through now, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all in all, thank you very much for coming on to the first In Isolation with Hilary. And from us, we will be back next week. We will announce our guest at the start of the week, somewhere along the line. So check out our Facebook. Isolation Gigs is still our Facebook page. There's still gigs going on there, and it will continue to be our place where we kind of put these shows out, but also follow our YouTube, which is now In Isolation, and
our Instagram,
and our Instagram, which is also In Isolation. And you can.
You guys are so good on social. Market.
Yeah, Chloe's
tick,
better than me. Yeah, Chloe's the social media guru.
Oh God!
Oh, I know. She's my social media guru.
Yeah.
When I'm on it, when I'm not, it's like.
Yeah. But yeah. All left for me to say is thank you very much for joining us today. I hope you've all enjoyed listening. Leave comments, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you all soon next week.
Yay!
Bye.
I'll be watching. Bye.